Hi guys, welcome back to another awesome video. Today we're gonna be reacting to the Zach D Films guy. He has a lot of awesome videos. Shout out to him. He has 27.6 million subscribers. That is a lot of subscribers. We're gonna be reacting to some of his shorts. And if you want, comment down below and like and subscribe, so we can do another reacting video and react to some of his videos here. He has some videos. His last post was 2 months ago. His other last post, like after the other post, was 2 years ago. Then 3, and 4. It was like long videos. But today we're gonna be reacting to some of his shorts, and he has a lot of shorts. We're gonna be reacting to as much as possible for you guys. So make sure to like and subscribe, and take your popcorn, take a drink, and enjoy.
He was abandoned by his
We're gonna start off with this one. Let's start.
Mother as a baby. So he was abandoned by his mother as a baby. So he was given a stuffed orangutan to hold on to. He brought it everywhere with him, and whenever the other monkeys pushed him around, he ran right back to it, cuddling with it like it was his mother. After videos of him went viral, dozens of plushies were sent to the zoo, and soon enough, he started learning how to communicate to the other monkeys, who finally accepted him as one of their own. He was abandoned by... If you installed a USB port into your arm and plugged your phone...
Sorry about that.
If you installed a USB port into your arm and plugged your phone straight in, would it actually charge because your nerves fire electricity? Well, if you measure the electricity in your skin, it's about 1/1000th of a volt, and your phone needs 5 volts to charge, which is 5,000 times what your body produces. At that rate, a full charge would take 2 million years. But if you plugged in a watch like this instead, it would take about an hour to power.
Okay, sorry about that again.
Second, if you installed a
that is the most dumbest thing I ever heard, guys. Have you ever heard to install a USB in your arm and then charge your phone? That is not smart, if you ask me, guys. That is idiot, like complete idiocy.
Let's see the comments.
Let's see comments, guys. What does the comments say? What's that in your arm? Oh, it's just a USB port. That is so true, guys. Like, what the heck?
When you crack open the giant egg, if you installed a USB port into your arm and plugged your phone straight in, when you crack open the giant egg, you might find another whole egg inside, which you can then crack open like normal. You see, this happens because an egg starts with a yolk. Once it's released, it travels through the chicken, and the egg white and shell are formed around it. But if a second yolk is released before the egg gets laid, the first egg can get sucked back up, joining the new yolk. The white and shell are added again, surrounding them both. Now, if 2 new yolks get released at the same time, you could end up with a double yolk egg with an extra fully formed egg inside.
Whoa, that's
When you
cool.
crack open, the prison cells were arranged in a circle and kept brightly lit. Then they built a tower at the center with windows on every side and dropped in a single guard. The tower was kept in a shadow, hiding the guard from view. This meant he could see the prisoners, but they could not see into the tower. So they never knew when they were being watched.
It's like a one-way glass, I think, guys.
Which kept them on edge, unable to tell if the guard had his back turned or was staring right at them. This forced hundreds of prisoners to behave at all times, even with just one guard on duty. The prison cells were arranged in make a Spider-Man shape and place the card over your bent fingers. Then hold it in place with your thumb while you wrap your pointer and pinky around the edges. Let go with your thumb before straightening out your supporting fingers. Next, replace your pointer with your thumb and slide your pointer under the card while holding the deck in your other hand. Then squeeze your thumb and pinky and put pressure on the card. So when you turn your hand over the deck and release your pinky, the card flips over, landing right on top of the others.
Whoa.
Make a Spider-Man shape and place the card over your bent fingers. Then hold it in place with your thumb while you wrap your pointer and pinky. If you try to get a snack, the fridge will lock itself shut, as a camera on the door tracks your body and requests that you perform a specific dance. Now, most people would just walk away, but if you do complete the dance, the fridge records the whole thing and sends it to your group chat, so your friends can watch you dance for shredded cheese at 2 a.m. Then they vote on whether you deserve the food. And after they all vote no, well, the fridge keeps the door locked while replaying your desperate little dance on screen. If you try to get if a gorilla pulled the rope, if you try to get a snack, the fridge will lock itself shut. If a gorilla pulled the rope against a group of kids, you might think it would send them flying into the air with one yank. But tug of war is actually about how much grip you have on the ground. And if the rope overpowers your footing, you'll start to slide. So, if 10 kids were pulling at the exact same time, each child would put more weight into the ground than the gorilla, and their combined grip would be strong enough to win. But even if one person was out of sync, they would all fall over each other. If a gorilla pulled the rope against a group, place a small nut at the opening of a bottle, then bet someone they can't blow it inside. Now, they'll probably take the bet, but when they blow, the nut pops right back out. You see, the bottle is already full of air, and it rushes back outward, pushing the nut away from the opening. So the harder they blow, the harder the air is forced back out, making the challenge almost impossible to win. Place a small nut at the opening of a... He opened up the Legos and swapped the pieces for dried pasta. He shook it to make sure it rattled right, then he returned it for a full refund. Now, he did this 70 times across multiple states, costing the stores about $34,000, until one day he returned 2 boxes and the store noticed they had been opened. Police searched his home and found 2 garbage bags full of stolen Legos, eventually arresting him for grand theft. He opened up the Legos and swapped the pieces for dried pasta.
But I have a question. Is it pasta better, more important than Legos? It's food.
Yeah,
you need food to survive, and Legos are just toys to give you activities. I don't say Legos are lame and dumb. Legos are really fun, but they don't help with your health. Only their brain that they
Shook it to
help
make
you,
sure
get smarter and stuff. But food is more important for your body. If you don't have food in 73 or 74 days, then you might die. Let me search it up. How many days can you survive without food? Wait, let me search it up. How many days? How many days?
If it says 33, I'm gonna be happy.
Days. Can you survive? Without food. Without food. Food. A human can generally survive to 21 to 60 days without food, depending on the body fat, hydration, and overall health. You see, guys? I use 73, 74, but it's 21, 60. Interesting.
they inserted 2 wedges on the sides, with a center spacer between them. Then they slid a bolt through the pieces and hooked it to a crane before starting the lift. As the stone pulled downward, the center spacer was pulled tight between the wedges, forcing the side pieces inward into the narrow top of the hole, where they jammed tightly against the stone. So the more weight the crane took, the harder the wedges pressed outward.
I'm actually learning something new from YouTube. Low key, aren't you guys? I would never think of this this inventions or these videos. Let's see comments. Did you go to school to learn this? No, I learned it from Zach. True. I just said that I learned something new, bro. All giggles until the stone cracks. What do you mean?
Making the grip even tighter, letting a single hidden slot lift tons of solid stone. They inserted 2 wedges on the sides, with a center spacer between.
What does he mean? All giggles until the stone cracks. I don't understand. Oh my gosh, this guy wrote a whole essay. Engineer, and yeah. Sorry guys, I drank some water. It's very interesting actually. Okay guys,
If you mark a line on the mirror for the top of your forehead and the bottom of your chin, you might think that by walking backwards, your reflection will get smaller and smaller, so the lines stop matching. But when light hits the mirror and bounces back, it creates a triangular path with proportions that never change. So when you step away, your reflection actually does look smaller, but so does the mirror. Meaning no matter how far back you go, your reflection will stay the same size in the mirror. If you mark a line, he slipped on the roof.
That's actually really interesting.
If you mark a line,
really interesting. This is science. And by learning this, I might get smarter.
On the mirror for the top of your forehead, he slipped on the roof as he tried to grab the cat, falling in a gap between the houses. As he struggled to escape, he got wedged in further until he was completely stuck in a space less than a foot wide.
Oh my gosh, I'm claustrophobic, guys. I'm claustrophobic, and I hate tight spots. The claustrophobic means hates tight spots and like it gets freaks out in tight spaces. If that happened to me, I would pass out right there in the spot, guys. Okay, come here. I would pass out right there in the spot, guys.
He slipped on the roof as he tried to grab the cat, falling in a gap between the houses. As he struggled to escape, he got wedged in further until he was completely stuck in a space less than a foot wide.
I was saying that I'm claustrophobic, and like I would freak out in that like tight space, and then I might like pass out in the spot right there, like go.
How can you die?
I mean pass out. Pass out means like fainting.
I cannot pass out there. I'm skinny.
Yeah, he's skinny, guys.
The neighbors tried to pull him out, but couldn't get him free without causing him pain.
Shoot.
The cracker is locked inside.
Sorry, guys. I hate seeing someone get hurt or seeing someone like in a tight spots and stuff. Because I imagine that happening to me and guys.
That happened to you.
No, shut up.
A steel chamber, which is then filled with pure oxygen. The cracker is locked inside a steel chamber, which is then filled with pure oxygen and lowered into a container of water. Then an electric wire ignites the food, causing it to burst into flames inside the chamber. As it burns, most of its energy is released as heat, which warms the surrounding water. And the more calories the food has, the more heat it releases, and the warmer the water gets. Scientists run it through a calculation, and it turns into the calorie number on your label. The cracker is locked inside a steel chamber, which is then filled with pure oxygen and lowered. Hold a piece of spaghetti like this and bend it until it breaks near the center, releasing a snapback wave that vibrates through the stick. This wave builds enough stress that cracks it into 3 or more pieces instead of 2. So instead, twist the spaghetti almost a full turn, then slowly bend it. The twist makes the stick unwind, which moves faster than the snapback and releasing energy before more cracks can form. Hold a piece of spaghetti like this and bend it until it breaks near the.
What does the comment say? 999 plus missed calls from Linefield? Who's Linefield, bro?
I have no idea.
Yeah, comment down below who's Linefield. Is he like a famous YouTuber that I don't know? Should I react to him? Or maybe a celebrity? Or I'm not sure actually.
Or celebrity crush.
What the hell?
Center, releasing a snap.
How to how to offend Italians People.
When a wombat poops,
Whoa.
the turd is actually cube-shaped.
What is that?
Whoa.
When a wombat poops, the turd is actually cube-shaped. And because it poops around 100 times a day, if you stack just 1 day's worth, you would get a cube about...
Oh, what the hell?
What?
That looks
Giant. That looks giant. But that looks disgusting.
about 5 inches tall.
How
But if
the heck would you like touch
Ew.
the poop? Wait, let's read
Imagine-
comments. Zach connecting with poops continue. Nice. What did you build that pyramid out of? Wombat shoot. Poop. Let's just say poop.
Poop, yeah.
Like blur that out, guys.
Yeah.
Whatever the second comment says, you know, blur that out. Nice.
Crease the dollar bill both ways. Then bring the top corners inward so they meet at the center line. Now unfold the bill, and when you place your left hand on the pad
I
and
hate
your
seeing money get folded, guys. That's why I took it off.
opponent does the same, a ball bounces back and forth on the screen, while you control a paddle. If you stuck a hose into your basement, it would fill up after a few days. After that, you would have to mix in over 15...
Yeah, we don't have a basement because we live in an apartment. But, this is gonna be the last video. I mean, the last short that we're gonna be reacting to. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. And comment down below if what YouTuber I should react next. And yeah.
1,000 pounds of salt with giant machines to keep the water safe. Then you could fit in hundreds of fish and a few small sharks. But it would quickly fill up with fish poop, which makes it unsafe to live in.
Fish poops?
I think fish does not poop.
Does fish poop? Let me search that up. Does fish poop? Do fish poop?
Bro, stop saying it.
Do fish poop?
You said it a million times.
Oh, heck no! What the hell, bro? We swim in the ocean.
Ew.
And there's fish.
Ew.
Ew. That sounds... I'm gonna actually like puke. Oh my gosh, guys. Zach films. But that's gonna be it for the day. Make sure to like and subscribe. I'm out. Peace.